I was pretty sure that I was going to come on today and I was going to talk about skin. And then now I'm not. And this is what happens when you, I don't know, have a lot of things that you're interested in sharing. Last night there was a really, really full moon here, and it's quite powerful. And we had a little online moon circle. It was very last minute. We just felt really pulled to do it because a bunch of us, my friends and some of my people that I work with, and a little bit further than that, we all felt a little bit like, actually, like things were really hard and like we were in a pressure cooker. And coming together in circle, which communities have done for so long, and especially traditional rituals and things like that, can really help you just settle your energy, help you feel connected. Doing any kind of energy work together helps magnify it. And, you know, my understanding is that for each person that does something in circle, you're actually influencing I can't remember, was it 1,000 people or something beyond you? That's how far it reaches out. So that ripple effect. Anyway, the point being, it's a very interesting time energetically. And even if you are not like an empath like me or an energetic person or someone who really feels things, I question you to have a little think about it. When you enter a room, when someone's been having an argument, can you feel it? Can you feel that tension in the air? That means that you're using that sense to be able to feel that. And so we feel these things no matter where we go, even if we're not super aware or we're not maybe as connected with the other dimensions. You know, I've loved delving into it even further and feeling that I can communicate with, you know, beyond the physical realm. And at first it freaked me out a little bit, but it was pretty fun. And I love it. And so this is kind of the newfound expansion of vibration as the earth shifts and we as beings shift. So if you are someone who notices that you're feeling tense or chaotic or you just feel like you're not yourself at the moment, then here are a few things that you can do. I would not be without oils in my life, right? So using lots of oils for grounding, you know, things, if you're not allergic to it, I've heard a few people allergic to lavender, but using lavender oil, any kind of tree oil is really good for just helping you feel connected to the earth. Taking a minute to stop and breathe. And I'm saying this because I'm like the medicine for myself here. I should take my own medicine anyway, because I can tend to get caught up in things and like, the working mums will know that 9 to 3, you know, build your business in 9 to 3 is pretty challenging, especially when you just get on a phone call and then you get a call saying, oh, someone's sick, you gotta come pick them up. So using oils, you can stamp your feet on the ground. That's really great way to get into your feet. We're also, during this period of time, got a lot of water energy. So water energy can make us kind of feel off our, we don't feel as solidified or as, what's the word? You know, as solid in our grounding. So today is not windy. I don't love going outside when it's super windy. I find it really kind of like rattles my nervous system. But on a day like this, getting out, getting your feet on the wet grass, if you don't have the ick factor like I do, is really great for like just bringing us down. When there's that little bit of moisture on the surface of the grass, it actually helps. Do you remember at science at school, like if you touch an electric wire and if you've got wet hands, that's not good for you. Well, this is like the converse, right? So having a slight bit of dew or water on the ground and touching the ground is a really great way to make that connectivity between the energy of the ground into your body even quicker. A bit like walking along the edge of where the waves are rolling. So you don't actually have to go into the water, but just walking along that area. There's a lot of benefits to that. These are ways that you can kind of feel more in your body. Having a bath with magnesium in it is beautiful, or other salts. Wrapping, I mean, even if you're not cold, sometimes wrapping yourself up in like a light layer can help you feel more grounded. And, I thought someone was walking in the room. And those are ways that we can feel a little bit more settled. Now, why is that important? So obviously, I've said it before, I'm not excluding men, but obviously my audience, like my people are predominantly mums and women. And our nervous systems are often on very high alert. That changes once we have children because we have to keep small people alive. And I know it's the same. I know that men do it too, but I haven't been a man, so I can't tell you from that experience. So in terms of, especially as we move towards our the end of our cycling, so moving towards, I'm 49, so moving towards our menopausal years, our hormonal system shifts, especially if 10 years ago we were hammering ourselves. That means that's going to set us up for and everybody is talking about perimenopause at the moment. I think it's fantastic that the conversation is around it. But also, you don't have to have a shit experience at perimenopause time. Even if you hammered yourself 10 years before you got there, there are lots of things you can do to support and balance your body. And nervous system regulation is a huge one. So looking into making your, looking after your vagus system, so like your vagal toning. I shared this morning a chakra meditation that someone shared with me yesterday. Thanks, shout out to Alex. It's awesome. So that's on my story today. If you have not got Insight Timer on your phone, download it. It's the gun like ducks nuts. I love that for all of us. And these are all ways that we can kind of settle ourselves. But as my friend Kerry always says, just taking a few minutes, a few times a day just to breathe is just transformational. And then also to taking time out for you. So what kind of events can you go to? So I remember when my kids were young, I could never go to, like, you know, I had my kids are 5 years apart. So I had a young child for a long time. And so I didn't feel like I could go to events because I had them at home for a long time just by myself. And it really wasn't until they started school that I could do things. So I'm a huge fan of having, and that's what we're planning for the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Just the dates that we're setting up so far is we call them half-day retreats, but it's really 2.5 hours for you to take some time out, get yourself somewhere and really allow yourself just to be nourished, reset your nervous system, receive some healing, just really allowing yourself to be in community, in circle, and to feel loved and nourished. So keep an eye out for those dates coming out soon. And I will actually, because this account, I don't know if you guys even know, but this account is really like all of me. And then I've obviously got my account that is just SkinGlow Alchemy, just about the skincare. So I would love to share with you something about one of my new products, and I'm going to record a video and pop it over there today. That was what I was going to share here today, but I just really felt called to share with you more about this whole way that you can nourish yourself. And I don't know, if you're a crystal person, crystals can be really help to be very grounding. Touching trees, the old hugging a tree is like actually medicine for us. If you've got a pet, patting your pet is really grounding. It actually been shown to reduce your blood pressure. And I think probably just the biggest one that I know that for me, certainly that I forget to do is actually just stop for a second. Just stop and allow yourself to feel safe where you are. Because sometimes I think we can get so frantic, we forget that we're actually safe. So our nervous system really needs to know that we are safe no matter what stresses or thoughts are going on in our head, but that we are safe and we are okay. That's a really good place to start. Moving further down the track into actually, not only am I safe, but I can receive and I am loved and I am perfect just the way that I am, and I'm here exactly in the way that I'm supposed to be. But sometimes that can be a bit of a growth phase for people to get into that kind of element of things. Other grounding things, warm ginger tea. I love ginger and turmeric, just like grate it up. Let me know if you want to know any more about that. I just like grate it up and put boiling water over and just brew it like a tea. So good. Will definitely stain your fingers if you are grating that turmeric. Don't get it on your finger, like nice nail polish, because that won't work. I've done that before. But yeah, just remember we are safe. They are some pretty intense times. My dear friend Mariana says, stay focused on your truth and not looking around all around you, and just stay connected with your people. Not all of us are here to be, what's the word? We get drawn to our people, and sometimes people are in our life for a short period of time. Sometimes it's a long period of time, and just honoring that process and not feeling like we have to stay in a friendship or we're not wedded to things because we once were friends with someone or they were once in our circle or it once felt right. If it doesn't feel right anymore, allow yourself some space, because as a mum, as a business owner, as a friend, as a human here having experience on this planet, if you are not looking after yourself, You are not going to have radiant skin. You are not going to be the best version of yourself for your kids or your relationship or your friends. And that's where it comes into actually really just stopping and focusing on you for a minute, because unless you are feeling full, and it's not going to be every day, but unless you're feeling full and grounded in who you are, it can feel really hard and challenging. So I would love to hear your top tips for feeling grounded and feeling into who you are, and what you do when things feel wild and crazy, and how you bring yourself back into equilibrium. Actually, I forgot to say, because I love playing sound bowls or banging on a drum to really like bring myself into the moment. And my daughter she teaches herself instruments with YouTube all the time. She picks it up so quickly. But I'm going to teach myself ukulele just through using YouTube, because you know what? Because you can these days. But bringing a different aspect into things. I love reading, but yeah, making music is a really beautiful thing. That is it for today. I will post over on my other, on SkinGlow Alchemy, about the vitamin C natural retinol product. And if you want a hot tip, don't tell anyone, but get on the email list before the weekend, okay? Lots of love to everyone. See you soon.